What's going on, everyone? Farmer Z here. It's another beautiful day to be alive. Thanks for tuning in to the video today. And what do we have for today? We're back at our real life homestead set up on Mercury Farms. Just had breakfast, had a bowl of Wheaties. And first things first, I think we need to get the chickens fed. Good to go, chickens. Make those eggs. Alright guys, so the next order of business for the day is equipment. Started the game with this forage wagon, and the more I think about it, I'm not sure we're going to need it. You know, the space is kind of tight here. We're not going to have a whole lot to mow, and we have a purpose for mowing our grass, and I'll share that purpose with you here shortly. But to haul this forage wagon around the yard to pick up grass when we've got a baler anyhow, that's not really going to be a necessity. So I think I'm going to sell this forage wagon and instead see if we can get a windrower. So let's see what we get for this. $6.99. Woohoo! Hey, when all you're starting with is $5,000, $6.99 is a lot. Now remember, we started with just $5,000 on this series. You know, gonna simulate a small homestead here, making some extra income, and see how we can grow the extra income we get off our homestead. Let's find windrowers. Maybe. There we are. And just something small. You know, for right now, we just got our small 3-acre property, and it's not 3 open acres, it's including the house and the shop and everything else. So I just want something to kind of get the grass or the hay after the grass dries in a nice kind of even line to bale. And you're probably wondering, I'm gonna buy this used second. Wow. All right, we're not gonna buy a windrower here. I've got an alternate plan. We're resourceful on the farm. What am I doing? I know you're wondering. We're gonna get a lawn sweeper. This is going to be likely a painful and arduous process to start with, but until we get money for a windrower, I think it's going to be a necessary evil. So first, I'll show you what that lawn sweeper I just purchased is going to be used with. Voila! It's going to be used with our John Deere riding mower. So I've got the tractor, I've got the bush hog, but I also have a riding mower. And this will help, I think, around some of the edges, just where the spaces are tighter and I can't get the bush hog in, so I can maximize how much of the grass I'm actually cutting. And then really the reason for all this, and why I'm putting so much thought and effort into cutting just a little bit of grass, is because I've been thinking through kind of the profit strategy. We've got the chickens, they'll produce eggs. We've got the fruit trees, they'll produce, you know, oranges and apples that we can sell at market. I spent some time between the episodes, guys. I put some troughs back here, used some extra pallets I had laying around, and built a little feed hut, and we're going to get some horses. Now, we're not going to buy horses. We don't have the money to buy horses, but we're going to kind of open up our yard and the extra space we have here as a livery yard. So I was able to check the classifieds and find somebody who was in need of a place to put their horses and somebody to kind of take care of them or care for them. So we're going to do that, and we're going to make a nice passive income off of that. So let's go ahead and call these folks back and arrange delivery of their horses. We'll tell them we've got the troughs all set up and we are ready for them. And it's 3 horses. But 3 horses is 3 horses, and it'll help us a little bit. We'll make some money. And the best part of it, like I say, is that it's going to be passive income. So, every day we'll get a little bit of money for having the horses here. And I've got to get them some hay. Alright, let's get the hay back to the horses, and profit strategy number 1 complete. We've lent our yard space out to care for someone's horses. Alright, so I think I'm going to start mowing. We're not going to have the budget to keep buying hay for these horses, so we need to produce a little. Yeah, it's raining. I'm playing with seasons though, so I think I can get the mowing done now and leave the grass kind of lay out overnight or for the day, and it'll dry up so that we can bale it. So I'm going to get that going, but first I had to drive all the way around the front to pick up my store purchases. So I use the store delivery mod. I'll link it in the description on my mods list, but it's a great mod. I think it's left shift, left alt, and S key is how you can set the delivery location, and there's a small fee that they charge you to have things delivered from the store. But I just wanted to real quick reset my delivery location for all my store purchases to back here by the shop instead of out front. Alright, so I do a little time lapse here and let's get to some mowing. All right, I think that worked pretty good. Kind of funny, a small farm is in certain ways more difficult than a large farm. Just the space constraints here are going to make it interesting. But we're going to be resourceful. We're going to find ways to make money and then grow. So I feel like that worked okay. You know, this may be a process as we do more cuts. I figure out a better, more efficient way. I'm thinking, as far as pickup goes here, I mean, the John Deere has a pickup bag, right? So it picked up everything that we mowed with it. That's what these large piles are. But I'm thinking for the rest of the pickup, I think we'll just, I'm playing with seasons, so I think we'll just give it a day, let it dry, let it turn into hay, and then I will just run around with the baler and get what I can get. And then for anything that I can't get to with the baler, that's what I think I'll probably use the John Deere yard sweeper to circle back through and pick up. That way we make sure we're not wasting anything. We're getting all the grass that we mowed baled, turned into hay, so that we have food for the horses. So now it's the waiting game. We're going to wait till tomorrow, hopefully, for the grass to dry and turn into hay. In the meantime, I want to spend a little bit of time showcasing some of these mods. So this small tractor that I'm using here is the Massey Ferguson 1700 4x4 version. I believe it's 65 horsepower, 55 horsepower, sorry. Has a front load attachment that it comes with, and then I bought the Rhino Epic 4155 bush hog to go with it, and of course some bale spikes. And then this fun little mower is the John Deere X748 mod pack. Now this is a full mod pack. And real quick, let me just show you. All right, that's the bagger, obviously, and then trying to get to it. There's the mower, right? So the mower actually comes separate. It's a belly mower there, and to attach, you just drive over, make your attachment, and then of course it's got a sweeper. And let me see if I can get to the full mod pack here. Alright, so there's other mods in the pack that I don't have. Here's the mower, the X748. There's the tractor. There's the mower. Little trailer that you can get to pull behind it. A broadcast spreader. This is the bagger I have. There's a spike aerator. It actually does come with a front load attachment, and of course the lawn sweeper, right? So if you're doing any roleplay series or any yard carry series, this mod pack is a very cool little mod pack. Alright, and then just real quick before we use it, hopefully tomorrow after the hay dries, show the New Holland 378 baler mod that I use. So this makes, I think it's 600 liter bales. So very small bales, but we're a very small operation. And I'll be pulling it around with the Massey Ferguson 1700. Now while we wait for hay to dry, let's get these trees, these fruit trees that I have cared for. So these trees produce fruit daily. Well, they produce income from fruit daily, I should say, as long as you keep water on them, or keep them watered. So I've got a little water tank here. Let's just get them topped off. So you can see here, it says they're at 80% fill level. We just top them off. Now water's the only requirement for them to produce. However, you see there's a manure fill level there as well, on the top left of the screen underneath the water fill level. If you add manure, they will produce more. It will increase the yield income from the trees. So because our horses aren't producing manure, I've had to buy manure bags. So that's a mod I'll show you guys here in a second too. Again, being a small operation, didn't go buy it in bulk. I was able to find a mod that has small manure bags. So I'm gonna try that out and see if we can get some manure added to these fruit trees to increase the output. Just going to drop this water tank here so it can be quick. Circle around. Let's go get the manure bag. Or that pallet of manure bags. So have a look here. Fresh cow manure. How cool is that? First time trying it. Let's see how it goes. Can't wait for tomorrow to get all this grass out of the way. This isn't really ideal, but we don't have the most space. Look at that. There we go. Alright, it took a good chunk of that pallet though, so we're going to have to do an analysis, I think, on how much these manure pallets are versus how much more the trees produce when they have manure. So the next few episodes we'll keep an eye on that and see whether or not it's worth it to add the manure. Like I said, the trees will produce with just water, and the last few days I've been letting them do just that. The last few in-game days that have passed. So we'll have to see if that manure is worth it or not. Interesting. Testing. Alright, and as I go put the tractor away here, I'm going to speed time up and make tomorrow come a little faster so we can start hopefully baling the hay. But the other thing, another mod that I use that I want to kind of take a moment to showcase is the horse helper mod for global companies. So let's see here. To get to global companies, you press left Control and G. When you go to the settings, you'll see horse helper. Right, I have that activated. So what that means is at 11 o'clock, let's go look at the horses. At 11 o'clock, you see how the daily riding is at 0%, and it's the same for all three of the horses. That daily riding for a fee will be increased to 100%, so that when the day ends at 12 o'clock and it becomes the next day, their daily riding can reset back to 0, but we get credit for the daily riding. Then we get the full horse livery income for taking care of them. I believe the income for the livery stable on horses with seasons is depends on how well their health is and how well they're taken care of. So the better their health, the higher the riding and cleanliness, the higher the daily income you get. So I'm gonna speed time up. Let's get it to 11 o'clock so I can show you how this works, and then 12 o'clock of course, and we'll go from there. Okay, so horses are sleeping. We're coming up on 11 o'clock or 2300. So let's just have a look again. So see, daily riding 0%, right? I want you to watch here in a moment when the clock goes to 2300. There will be a fee in the upper right hand corner, and that will be for the riding. Then we'll go back in and check the riding percentage to make sure it worked. So there we go, animal upkeep. And if we go back and look now, daily riding is at 100%. Pretty cool. Alright, and now we're coming up on midnight, so we'll see how much we made today off the horses. 1342. I want to reference that against previous days to see if, you know, as the horses get healthier, I'm making more. It looks like it. So 1332 and then 1342. So the better care that is taken, the healthier, cleaner, and more ridden the horses are, the more income you make. Alright, let's go get some sleep and hopefully we can bale some hay tomorrow. Alright, it is now tomorrow, and a little bit to my surprise, the grass hasn't turned yet. So I think this is where we'll kind of call it for the episode. I would have expected it to turn to hay by now so we could bale it. I'm not sure if there's, you know, maybe it's a map thing. I've never played this Mercury Farms map, so maybe Seasons isn't fully, it's not fully Seasons compatible. Or maybe it was because of the rain when I was cutting it, although I feel like in the past I've cut while it was raining and it still dried. So I'm going to wait it out a little bit more off camera here, but I think perhaps in our next episode we might be looking for a tedder after all. Seems like I might need a tedder to get this converted into hay so we can bale it and have some feed for the horses. So I think that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for stopping by. Farmer Z out.